Welcome to Boom or Bust, a draft channel for draft talk. So I want to talk about the Bears. Big trade last night for Mitch Trubisky in the 2017 NFL draft. I'm a Bears fan, been a Bears fan for many, many years. So I was almost fell out of my chair. Like I literally started hyperventilating when I saw the Bears logo pop up at number 2. I was kind of listening to a stream of a friend, and I had it on mute, so I didn't know the trade was coming. And so I just saw the logo and I was like, oh, what is going on? So, I was really scared to death it was Solomon Thomas. I was scared to death. I wasn't a big fan of Solomon Thomas. And so to give up picks to go up and get him was like my nightmare situation. But I guess I didn't consider the other nightmare situation that would be going up to get a quarterback. I have my feelings about Trubisky and this quarterback class in general. I'll put a link to my draft reports in the description so you can kind of see in depth what I think. But overall, I'll just say getting Trubisky isn't a huge problem for me. I mean, it's kind of a problem because I don't think any of these guys were that good. But at the same time, I do understand the value of the position. And getting him at number 3 wouldn't have been a big issue for me. It's the trading up to get picks. So a lot of people are getting these things confused. It's like they don't like Trubisky. We got Glennon, the trade, all these other things. Let's kind of put the chips on the table for what it is. Number 1, getting Trubisky as a player, that's out the window. We have no control over that. It's about what the team likes. Yes, I can say who I think is good and who's not in the draft. That's fine, but it's really up to them to make that pick. We have zero control over that. So if they were going to get Trubisky at 3, then they were going to get Trubisky. So let's throw that out the window. Number 2, we're talking about moving up for the trade, where that's a big, real issue because the reports are coming out now that there's no teams out there that really were in consideration to trade up to number 2. So that leads us to believe that Ryan Pace really got fleeced by John Lynch, who played up a market. And they did it well because this Cleveland trading up to 2 for Trubisky, that talk was out there for a while. And it was so funny because people don't realize that there's a lot of misinformation at this time, like people lying to you. But there's also people putting out fake reports that they want. So people saying the Browns wanted Trubisky could have just been the 49ers leaking that information. So whatever happened, John Lynch made it seem like people were coming up to get Trubisky. And so the Bears pulled a trade to go up 1 pick where we give up this year's 3rd round, this year's 4th round, and another 3rd round next year. So there's the big problem. We traded value to move up 1 pick to get a guy that people weren't trying to get. You know the 49ers weren't getting him. They were in love with Solomon Thomas. So that's really the issue I have, is that our GM got played into making this trade. That was the big problem with it. Yeah, you could talk about Trubisky and getting a quarterback, but giving up value in a deep draft, that's a problem. And people say it was 3rd and 4th round. It's not like we gave the house away. But every pick is valuable, I think, because there's more chances you get to get a player that can work out, and then there's more trade value having those picks. And really, in the 4th round, we've been our best. I mean, we got Jordan Howard. I won't say our best, but we've got some good players in the 4th round with this regime. So, I mean, to say there's no value in the 4th round is kind of crazy. And I just really feel like now we're missing out on 2 straight rounds of picks for, a guy that we aren't really sure we're going to play yet. And so that brings me to my biggest point, and I'll try to wrap this up. After really thinking about it, the biggest reason I don't like this is because every player has a fit. There's few players that are transcendent upon scheme, meaning they can be good in any scheme. And I try to tell people this over and over. That's why we see free agents get big money and bust, because we thought they were great players. Just really they are great in that scheme. I'm talking 99% of players are dependent on what scheme you have in supporting system. Quarterbacks especially. So every person has a fit. And for Trubisky, I think you really look at what we have. The offensive line is okay. I like Charles Leno, even though a lot of people don't. I think he has a solid spot. Whitehair has a solid spot. We have the guy we have from the Packers. Lang. I think I'm forgetting his name. Whatever. The Packers guard at left guard, and then Kyle Long at right guard. So I think we do need a right tackle, but you got 4 solid positions. But receivers, look at what Trubisky had in North Carolina. He had big body guys make big catches. We no longer have Alshon. Kevin White maybe, but he's been hurt. What we really are putting out there is Cam Meredith, who's proven, Kendall Wright, who is so-so, and Marcus Whedon, who is so-so. We don't have a big tight end as of right now, so you're not giving him big-time targets on that line. So the run game, yes, it should be strong again. But defensively, we're middle of the road. We're improving, but we're on the edge of being really good. And that's what this draft should have been about, is making our decent defense into a really good defense. Because a young quarterback needs a run game, a big-time target at receiver, or great defense. One of those 3. Or multiple at best. We have a decent run game. We have to see what our O-line health is. That's the big issue. If Kyle Long is going to be hurt again, then, where are we going to end up? We don't have any big-time targets for him, and our defense is so-so. So it's really the fit of Trubisky in Chicago that is not set up to make him succeed. Then you look at the scheme and the coaches. I haven't seen Dow Loggins improve any young quarterbacks yet. We haven't seen John Fox help improve any young quarterbacks. And then our vertical system is pretty decent for what he can do with his arm. But at the same time, what support do we have inside the coaching staff to really develop him as a quarterback? Now, he gets to sit behind Mike Glennon. That's fine, but I don't know. It's really a toss-up. It's too many question marks to trade up in the top 3 and give up value in the deep draft for Trubisky. So like I said, this is some early content. Go to the link. You can see my breakdown of the first round, my breakdown of all the players. Like, thumbs up, subscribe. And thank you for watching Boom or Bust.